John Osborne here. Let's do the FX Education Outlook for July 27th, 2017. Today was a move against a lot of our markets. Today we saw a lot of reversals. So we might be seeing a significant change in the Forex markets here. That might mean that we need to rethink some of our directional trades that we have here, but you'll see a lot of them did hit their target and reversed after that. So let's walk through them and see what's going on. Starting out with the euro pound, you can see we're just moving sideways here a little bit after trying to break again up through this previous resistance that we had here. So we're seeing these long wicks coming down, and that still says that the bulls are pushing back higher. So we'll see what happens. We'll wait until we get at least above the 0.89485 and maybe up to the previous pivot that we saw here on our way up to that target, but we may be starting to rethink whether we can hit that or not. Notice we did get over this 0.88509 a little while back, and then we're hesitating a little bit after that. For the Aussie yen, you can see that we did pull back right to this line that we had drawn, and you can see the bulls said, no, we're not going to close on without going back up to the bottom of that line at least. And now we're starting to do a little bit move lower, maybe retesting that. So we'll be watching to see if that'll have a pullback. We did hit our target on that market, so it's okay if we get a reversal now. We did move higher on this market as well. Yesterday went up through the 1.31251. This is the pound dollar. And then we had a pretty big pullback at some point today, not back to the same kind of accuracy on the line that we saw with the previous market. For the euro US dollar, also pulling back after hitting target. Okay, so it was a good idea if some of us have taken profits at that point. Even the Aussie US dollar is pulling back a little bit and getting back into this consolidation channel that we have here on the 240. So let's watch what happens. We did get a shooting star yesterday, a little just barely qualifying because the body needs to be, or the wick should be at least twice the height of the body. So it's a little questionable whether that is or not, but that's okay. We're getting some pretty good pullback here after that move up yesterday, and we'll see what happens here. On the bearish side, we reversed back up after hitting target. So we touched our target there on the dollar Swissy, and we're moving back up. The same thing with the US dollar loonie. It went down, hit our target, and is bouncing back up to the top of the Bollinger Bands on the 240. For the pound CAD, also moving back up. Okay, we had hit this, tried to get closer towards this swing low here. We didn't specify a target on this one, but we got pretty close to it before we reversed back up. And we got two other markets that are continuing to make moves down, and now that includes the Japanese yen or the pound yen. This is giving us a potential opportunity for another consolidation down line here that could give us an opportunity for a further move up. But we're starting to look more bearish on our daily, and we might be able to reverse that. So we're going to start to be looking to reverse a lot of our positions here. And also we've got the US dollar yen, and this one actually broke through the trend line that we had. The consolidation trend line came up and retested it. We're now moving lower. So if we're going to take more of a bearish stance here, and we're certainly looking that way on the daily, we have a possible entry at this time. I just don't like this long wick that we have here, and it might just be a sign of indecision following the FOMC news we had, and also unemployment news earlier this morning. And finally, we had the Kiwi yen, and that one went up and actually broke through our target. As you can see right here, we had our previous pivot as our target with the green, and then we came back down again and retesting this previous swing that we had here. So it's quite interesting how a lot of the markets just suddenly decided to change direction, and it's probably from following the FOMC and also maybe the earlier news for today. So we'll see over the next couple of sessions if it's time to start changing our position on some of these. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.